That's right.
Alright, let's go. So we have to go to Astera anyway. I started in Celiana. Whoops.
There he is. Wait, what? What are you talking about?
I started in Iceland. You have to go to the thing to talk to your man to get the monkey quest.
Incorrect.
Oh, well, what is it then?
He's standing over there, menacingly.
Where is it over there?
In Celiana, you know the place where the round table.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Make sure all the audio is working. Yes, it is. So you go there, and I read up on how to do this. I don't know if you have.
I haven't, no.
It's gonna be good.
So what is it then?
You'll see.
Alright.
You can't still be eating.
What? No, I was drinking.
Oh my god, that's drinking?
Yeah.
What happened to all my materials? What did we do last time?
We fucked about. We fought there's an ogre, then we was like, alright, we're done. When we aren't actually done, but we were just like, we're done.
Yeah, because the game didn't tell us that there
It did.
one new monster and like 5 other ones.
I actually reviewed the tapes. It doesn't tell you about the ones from maxing out the regions, but it did tell us that those 2 bars were monsters.
Should just put it in the top right, by the way.
It did. The meters are in the top right of the screen.
Well, no, but like in you know the hub where it always is. Where's my? Oh shit! Am I out of? I think I'm out of ancient potions. Uh-oh, sisters. Let's see if we can craft them. I can craft 2.
Kirin with its horn broken off. Oh boy. I mean, is it? The Kirin's kind of show up all over the place. This is not the Fortnite live event.
I mean, at least Twitch is working.
Yeah, there was that tweet that apparently they were fucked. So we have a chain of things to do, and we're starting with a special Kirin.
Yes!
Fine.
Your favorite! I left. I was walking the dog and I was reading, like, just so I know what we're doing, if we can do it. And I laughed out loud. And I really hope that no one was outside because.
Do we have to? Do we have to?
I was like, oh, this is hilarious.
With a cutscene, I assume, right?
I don't know.
Well, let's find out based on this.
I mean, it says 1 out of 4, so.
What does the text down below say? During assignments, other players cannot join till you've departed and watch cutscene. Right.
Oh, that's funny. Still doing that, huh?
It's refuse.
You haven't
No Christmas
seen.
badge anymore.
You haven't seen a Kirin with no horn. Yeah, that's weird that they don't give you the option, even though they give you the option to like use older sub badges.
There you are.
They have this first thing now, and it's like kind of cool, I guess. It incentivizes you to subscribe to new people, really. But you know.
Apparently, I can get it if I resub to you, but you know.
Yeah, why aren't you sub to me, you jackass?
I spend all my money on anime bullshit.
I want you to know that I would be sub to you.
You
if
would.
you were good enough in the eyes of Jeff Bezos. Maybe only partners can do that. Actually, I don't know, but like people who are subscribed to partners can use older.
Oh, right.
But or maybe they didn't implement it yet. All I know is it was a thing that they were planning. So.
We are diametric opposites. You have a larger but inconsistent audience, whereas I have a tiny but consistent audience.
Well, that's because my streams are inconsistent.
This is true. I need to get the cold drink because I'm wearing my better hearing gear, but that doesn't have ice resistance in it. Hang on.
The cold drink?
A hot drink, whatever the fuck.
Okay, where am I going? Got a little distracted.
Where is it?
Man, what the hell was that?
That's a hot drink.
Rime beetle? Interesting.
Yeah, there are dung beetles that roll snow.
Oh, you can see it already. Wait, if I used a voucher... Oh, shit, I just realized. Hey, can you join... can you join on me?
You'll have to wait for me to find it.
Because, well, Top Camp.
Yeah, I didn't go to the Top Camp. Right now. You are streaming tonight too? Are you?
That's up to Carl. Not me.
Oh, are you joining him for a Monster Hunter thing, or?
Yeah.
Oh. I hope someone gives up both of you all your max potions and ancient potions.
I'm experienced now. It's a new hunter. I wouldn't even do it with an old hunter. Kevin was like, "Oh, we could do that," and I was like, "No."
Are you playing on PS4 or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me. Where's the? I don't have mega nutrients anymore, do I? Guess we'll do that against better judgment. Just keeps walking. Wait, what do you mean watch the cutscene? It's moving. It's on the map. It's moving.
I presume that when you start fighting it or something, you'll... I don't know. Let me have a look.
Maybe it meant the dialogue that I didn't pay attention to.
It does say I can fire an SOS flare.
Gavin, were you incorrect?
I mean, that's what the game flashed at the yellow text writing at the bottom when I highlighted the quest. You know, like... I don't know what to tell you.
In hindsight, we should have tried. But how do I fire an SOS flare? Badoop, 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 beep. Yes, your quest is password locked. What? The quest is password locked. Players can join. Oh, okay. So yes, fire. I think I accidentally pressed the equivalent of the B button.
Alright, I'll feel along shortly. Yeah, loading screens and all that. So is this like your man's first time playing the game, or?
Yeah, this is Carl's first time. Kevin has played.
Oh yeah, I know he has. He's
played a little bit. He hasn't. I don't think he's beaten the. Has he beaten the base game? Maybe he's beaten the base game and hasn't done Iceborne.
Okay.
Something like that. Neither of them have Iceborne, and I looked it up, and you can have the Clutch Claw at the start of a new game if you have Iceborne.
Ah.
So.
Can you play with people who don't have Iceborne?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
If you couldn't, I imagine we would have heard about that by now.
I guess, yeah. You never know with these things, but that's good. No fracturing the player base. The thing I love is that basically means like you can run around in Iceborne armor and weapons and shit while they're stuck in base game stuff.
Well, the thing is, we'd have to fight in the Hoarfrost Reach and stuff.
You shoot up
So
the thing, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, I'm not gonna like do Iceborne stuff on my own because that'd be kind of lame. I think all I get is the clutch claw, which is good though because I still get to hit things in the walls.
Must be advertising the clutch claw alone to them, and I'll just sell them on it.
Yeah, that depends if Carl actually does it. There are various factors.
Various factors.
His internet could be bad. He hasn't done the hour or so of pre-game content before you can actually play with friends, which I thought he was going to do last night. But then he was asking if we wanted to do Fortune Street, and I said, I mean, sure. And then we didn't even do Fortune Street.
It was a bait and switch all along.
I have no idea what's going on with that man, but he's hopefully we're gonna be doing that tonight. I don't know if they want to do a podcast and if I'd even be allowed back on.
It sounds like you did something horrible and are not permitted.
No. I actually have stories this time. It was really just like in that podcast episode, Carl had this whole like he was in a musical concert thing, like an actual gig where he had to learn 100 pages of music and play for several musicals. One musical, but several times. So he was talking about that a whole bunch. And I'm like, well, I don't really have anything. My life has been pretty normal. And then my life hasn't been normal. How are you here?
I'm in, coming.
My life has not been normal recently, so I have stuff to talk about.
Are you gonna save your choice bits about the class for that, or?
It doesn't really matter.
What was it anyway?
It's English class.
Okay.
Like for copy editing.
Editing. Okay, I see. That makes sense.
About
when you began talking about like grammar and shit, I was kind of like, "What? Wait, what?" I was like, what?
It's like,
yeah.
It was like I wanted to do English stuff because like that's what I'm actually interested in.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't want to go back to like actual college and do gen ed. So it's like, oh, there are these English classes for editing and like proofreading and stuff, and I'm like, oh, well, that sounds right up my alley. So they were going to be at the campus that's literally 5 minutes from my house because this, well, actually, I shouldn't say that. it's pretty obvious which university it could be, but it's really close to my house, and then they changed it to Center City, Philadelphia, which. The class starts at 9, and it takes like 45 minutes to get there, and you would have to park and do actual in-city driving. And everyone was like,
all of my health already.
Everyone's like, don't drive, take the train. And I was like, I've only taken the train once in my life, and that was with family in Chicago. And I was just like, I'll follow them. But so thank God I scouted it out. It was so they don't make it easy, So there's a bunch of parking. Did you?
Yes, I got a cat revive, but I did die.
Oh, okay.
He stunned me and then immediately followed up for the other half of my health bar.
Okay, that's not fair. Yeah, like I went down to the train and they have like a pretty big parking lot.
Yeah.
And like the ones closer to the station are like permit only parking. So I parked in a spot where you don't need a permit. And I went up to there are like 6 machines up at the station, and I was tapping on it to be like, oh, maybe you pay for your parking here, and it said that I needed a permit. Is this sweet? Yeah, I guess so. And what was that for?
I have a meaty sword that is stronger than any bomb.
But you know you can swing it at the bombs.
Yeah, but then I get smacked away if I do my full combo. Which is more damage than the bomb.
You do a full combo there?
I did, yes. You hit him once very hard, you hit him a second time very hard, and you hit him a third time very hard, and you do like 1,000 damage overall.
By the way, it was like, yeah, I put in the number of my space, and it's like, please scan your permit. And I'm like, what? Because it wasn't a permit space. And then I'm like, okay, maybe it was, and like the sign was taken down or something. I'm gonna move to another one. So I fucking walked all the way back to my car, and then moved to another space that wasn't even close to the permit spaces, and walked all the way back to the station, put the number in, and it's like, please scan your permit. I'm like, what the fuck? And there was like this, that's Dust of Life on. Oh. There was like this, this wall, basically, with a bunch of slots and a bunch of numbers that's like, pay $1 in coins only to, like, for your parking fee. Right. I have no idea how they monitor that. But I'm like, is that how I'm supposed to pay for it? And
that
like,
was from Foe.
Like, maybe these things are just like only for permit spaces, no matter what number you put in, which is like pretty poorly programmed if you were to ask me. But then again, some of them had like their BIOS on and weren't working, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was it. So I'm like, okay, I don't know how to park, but I'm gonna examine the station just to see like what's happening. And there's like an ingoing and outgoing thing, and now I know that ingoing means going into the city and outgoing means going out of the city. I don't know why they can't just say that, but whatever.
They kind of do, because that's exactly the words.
Yeah, but ingoing where? They don't tell me that. For someone who's never ridden a train in his life, it's very confusing. So I'm like, oh, there's a sales office. You know, maybe I can pre-purchase my ticket there or something, because SEPTA doesn't allow pre-purchasing on the internet anymore. I don't know what happened, but yeah, that was my go-to plan. Turns out it's only open until like 11, and I was on my way to my dog that's like close to the station, and I was like, yeah, you know, it was like after 11. I'm like, I can check it out, because if I don't, I'm going to be woefully not prepared and have a limited amount of time. And it was closed. So I'm like, I can't even ask any questions because there's no one here. Like, I was expecting a, like, just at the front of the station, there was going to be a kiosk, kind of like a movie theater or something. And there would be a person there, you know, manning the stations. I saw the machines and I was like, oh, thank God. I can just buy my tickets on a screen. It's like self-checkout in a way. Like, thank God, I don't have to interact with a person, even though I was ready to ask questions.
That is seriously killing me from Foe. Like, I had, like, a full, like, everything, like, maximum possible health. It killed me from that.
I don't know what to tell you.
I have to say shit and it's mad. What is the point of this?
That. And give me that. God damn it.
You were saying?
Give me that. Hold on a minute. I'm in the middle of something here. Let's just let go of the button. Okay. So I kind of just went there. I learned stuff, like I learned where the sales office was, which, by the way, you have to go underground and, or just not really underground, but under the tracks. And, oh, that was close. And then come out the other side, and the sales office is there instead of, you know, readily available. Like, thank God I saw the sign, otherwise I wouldn't have known it existed. So that's pretty much all I gleaned from that. I gleaned that I didn't know how to park, and that the sales office was over there. And like the morning of, I went there and I just fucking said, you know what? I'm just going to put change in the thing and hope I don't get towed, because, you know, I have no way of knowing. And I was going to ask the sales office person, but there were people in the sales office. So it would have been kind of embarrassing if I did that.
Why?
So I didn't, because no one wants to look like that. No one wants to look ignorant. With all these gloomy looking people who probably ride the train every day of their life.
You probably get this sort of thing every day of their life, so they don't care.
No, I mean the people, the other people.
They probably see that sort of thing all the time.
Thankfully, I didn't get towed. So I guess the machines are just stupid, and they didn't actually program it to, say, this is a permit machine, and you don't need a permit for this space. So don't come here. Just put coins in the thing. That would have been nice to just know. But yeah, but I went to the sales office, and I have 2 tickets, and they're like, "Where are you going?" It's like, the station in the city. They're like, "Okay," and then here you go. It's $12. I'm like, $12. I guess parking would have cost that much, but still, I thought trains were supposed to be cheap.
I mean, $12 to go to an entire different city sounds pretty cheap to me.
I don't think it's an entirely different city.
Is it not?
No.
Okay.
Because I thought trains were supposed to be fast and cheap, and this train, if it was a road, I would have driven faster than this train. I was like, oh my god.
You had traffic, though.
I guess, but maybe I'm thinking of subways, but I thought trains went 60 miles per hour throughout.
Well, it depends on the train, but a lot of them actually go faster than that.
It was like an above-surface train, so...
The train from here to Dublin, are you taking the piss with this?
Oh, thank God we don't have a death penalty.
What do you mean death penalty?
Like, if we die 3 times, we have to start the whole thing over.
We do.
We do? Is it 5 times?
No, it's 3. I had feline insurance for the first one.
Oh, okay.
It's not even for a lack of oh, I'm not paying attention. It's I am, and it just suddenly instant ganks me for the super fast shot. And it's well, you lose.
Good day, sir. I feel like being in the water should kill you. If there's a lightning attack in the water, but they probably didn't want to program that.
Fucking thing want me to go? Come on.
See what I mean? It was just a direct zap in the water. Nothing. It's well, the only times we've had water in our game are these 2 underwater automatic swimming sections. Yeah, so the train was cramped. Kind of uncomfortable. I managed to find a seat. And then...
It's beginning to sound like American trains in particular just suck.
Maybe. I was leaning away from the person because I didn't want to touch them or anything to make it awkward. So I did that for 30 minutes. And then got off at my station. Thank you, Google Maps. But because the first train I went on didn't have a screen or anything that said oh, the next station is here or something,
I wish you could just do a long live the king on him there and kick him off.
I thought all trains had that now.
Had what?
The year 2019 in, at least America, had a screen that said what the next station is.
It's usually a PA, isn't it?
A really, really shitty PA. That's for sure. I could barely hear the dude. He was mumbling. And no one was talking too. I was oh my god. And I didn't have headphones in because I didn't want to miss my stop.
I feel it could be weirder if people were talking.
Yeah. But still, it's some people just don't care about that stuff. Yeah, the second train was actually, pretty high quality. So I guess they just have random trains in the same rotation.
Probably.
Weird.
It's like planes, different operators of their own planes they run.
Although here it's
Here it's just
Unless
like all
you do,
one
like,
train service.
Yeah, that's what it is here too, I think. So the train ride wasn't that bad, and then I had to find the building, and it didn't help that, like, you know how Google Maps shows you the location you're facing?
Yeah.
It was wrong. That was wrong, so I didn't know where I was relative to anything because it's the fucking city, and none of the buildings are marked. Thankfully, the building I had to go to was actually marked with its number in just giant numbers above the doorway. I was like, oh, thank God. But that wasn't actually where I was supposed to go. The building was split in half. So this dude's like, excuse me, are you a student? And I'm like, yeah. I thought he was gonna like lead me to my classroom.
And we're done. Because it just instant blasted me while I was like climbing up a ledge.
It's a pretty cool shot, though. The dude's like, no. Yeah, school is, you go out here, you look for the sign, and then you go in the door there. I'm like, fucking okay, whatever. But either way, I made it to the class. I was kind of happy about that. Give myself a whole 30 minutes. Then the class itself wasn't bad. I thought I was going to be more tired than usual. But no, it was fine. I went to Five Guys for lunch because that was thankfully close by. My backup plan was I have this case for my iPad, which I was taking notes on, and I just stuffed as many Pop-Tarts and granola bars in there as possible. I was like, well, if I have to eat lunch, then I'll eat I'll eat these if there's nowhere to go. Five Guys was close.
And I would have just meal and packed a lunch.
Well, that's what I wanted to do, but like I had to go on the train, and I didn't want to. Yeah, I didn't want to bring a backpack, and there was like no real other way to do it. I was like, alrighty then. So that was good because I was hungry, and I was like, well, if there's anything that's gonna fill me up, it's 4 patties of Five Guys burgers. Hey, Twisted Pit.
Hello.
So, have you eaten yet?
Me or?
In the game?
No, I just joined the quest, like as you said that.
So, I'll pay with the voucher. And then eat Moxie. I don't just have Element because I'm an idiot. I guess we'll go with this. There we go. Hey, there's a lot to unravel because I didn't even talk about the stomach ache.
I mean, keep going. I got time.
Yeah, it's just like class itself was like not very good. You know, it's like I know it's not a mainline course and probably not many people join it. Like there were 6 people there, including me, and they had to cancel the one that's really close to me because oh, there we go. Because like not enough people were there, and I wouldn't be surprised if I was the only one who was signed up for that class or something. But still, like, feel like it should be taught like a normal class. I mean, I guess the thing is anyone can join it. It's one of those classes where, like, you know, even if you're 80 years old, you're free to join it.
Yeah, there are courses.
Like, yeah, there was only one other peer there with me.
Peer? So, wasn't like one other class member, or
like someone who's my age.
Ah, right.
Hold on. There we go.
That was like the Japanese classes I took at my university for a while. Where like
yeah,
there was me, there was you, like it was different each time, but like usually it was like 1 or 2 girls from some other country in Asia who already had like Chinese, so they could like actually progress through this fairly fast. And then it was always just old people. There was just like, guy in his like 50s who had been to like every other country in Asia and just wanted to go to Japan. There was a pair of ladies. One of them was she was like in her 60s. Her son lived in Japan, so she wanted to learn the language when she was visiting. She was there for her sister and so on.
Yeah, it was basically like that, and that's fine. I don't mind being in a class where there are adults or anything like that. But they're like, oh, introduce yourselves, and like,
you are an adult.
Well, it never feels like it, like people who are like in their 40s kind of thing. But I feel like I'm never gonna feel like an adult. If I'm being honest, with my hobbies especially, just never gonna feel like an adult.
Northern Man is like the most elderly person I know, and he makes his living as a Twitch streamer. I know, like, physically he's not, but like mentally he is older than even.
Okay,
like,
I was gonna say, do you not know your mom or something?
That was the joke. Is that he acts older than even my actually genuinely 60-year-old mother.
The oldest man I know is my uncle, who's 94, and he still walks his dogs.
God damn. That's sturdy.
But yeah, the thing is, like, everyone was introducing themselves, and like 2 or 3 of them were like actual editors. Like they've done work in editing and proofreading
magazines
and stuff.
Articles and shit.
Yeah, so like the format of the class was basically the teacher gave us an exercise. Literally, that was the first thing he did. He gave us a booklet, and inside was an exercise. He's like, do this exercise. It was like, find all the errors in the paragraph. And the class was like proofreading, which is different from editing, by the way. Like proofreading is just catching spelling mistakes and, if someone doesn't use like commas or periods in the right thing. Whereas editing is like actually being like, this sentence is sloppy. So I didn't realize that at first. So I was like really looking for shit and nothing seemed wrong. And then you know how your brain always corrects things automatically? Yeah. So I wasn't even getting...
Yeah, I do that a lot. Skip a word without realizing it.
Yeah, the spelling error. So the teacher actually told us to read backwards, and that's a good way of doing it. And then I forgot to do that. But like, if it was an actual job, I would be like reading every word letter for letter, but it was like a class. And it's like, you don't want to be holding everyone up.
Also easier when it's someone else's like stuff. Like I for a bit did like proofreading and minor editing on like David's reviews for a site he wrote for called The Arcade. He worked for their convention, and it's it's easier when it's not your own shit. You just fill in the gaps automatically, whereas you don't know what's coming. You'll catch the mistake by tripping on it.
Yeah. It's like an exercise, and then he goes over the answers, and then and the answers were on the other page too. I didn't look, obviously, but maybe I guess it's kind of nice.
Wonder the point.
But then it's like, and then his whole thing was like, if you have any questions about anything that was in there, or just anything in general, then ask. And it's like, that's fine and all, and I ask questions, but like he only went over. Oh, I'm stunned. I might be dead.
The cat's no, did you not die from that? Why does he kill him? Oh, you've got Kirin gear, don't you? I was gonna say, why does he kill me in one, but you fucking survive.
I don't know, maybe my gear is electric proof or something.
Oh, that's right, you're wearing your Santa gear, so who knows?
No, I'm not actually. This is layered armor.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You can't see it. Yeah, that just killed me from foe.
I'm not gonna have a. I'm not gonna have this in the new game, which sucks. Like they said, they had it on the PlayStation Store, and it's like, you can buy this Santa outfit for $5. I would do it. I mean, I bought the basic. Oh, okay. I thought you weren't doing that anymore.
No, it was only for the other sword.
I fucking in a game I don't even play Grand Blue. I spent $25 to get a Santa skin for the main character, and you don't even. I did play it. You don't even get it. You have to do work, like a lot of work. just to unlock it, because like in that game there are classes, right?
Yeah.
So only one class, like
here we go.
you have to be like level 25 in this one specific class that like you can only really use for one element or something like that. I don't really remember. It's not effective for other elements, so you have to.
It's based on weapon usually.
Yeah, the weapon. It's like, oh my god, like, just I spent $25 on it. Like, come on, I would spend $25 on the same outfit in this one because I'm shameless. But that's kind of the thing where you know what you're getting, so like, yeah, it's your fault. Basically, if you regret it, not the game's fault. Yeah, it's gonna be really weird not having this when I start the game anew. I'm not gonna like it, and I'm probably not gonna be able to get it until Christmas. So who knows if we're playing until then? It's once a week, probably actually, but maybe Carl might actually get obsessed with the game, and then be like, "Hey, let's play Monster Hunter multiple days of the week."
And then I get kicked out.
I don't really hear what you said there, but yeah. Anyway, the problem with the class was, like, are you noticing a thing that most teachers do that's missing from that sequence? It was just that and repeat. It's actually teaching things, writing things on the board, being like, "This is what this is," et cetera, et cetera. None of that. There was none of that. It was all based on questions, and like, I guess it makes sense in a way because like I said before, like people from all kinds of backgrounds are here. People like they're probably expecting editors to be there, and if you're already an editor, you want to be bogged down with basic shit.
Yeah.
That like I would have needed, but like the thing is, when you're in the presence of editors, you don't want to ask questions that you think are too simple, and embarrass yourself. Because I still don't know how.
Is this like explicitly a beginner class or just
no, just
a class?
Yeah, just a class, just a general kind of thing. Oh, that was close. Like anyone could join, and I guess that, like, I think that's why it was formatted like that. But still, I'm stunned. What if he hit me into that? Like, that'd be pretty funny, huh?
I got that again. Okay, no, it's just a bite survive.
Yeah, so I wasn't really satisfied with the class. I probably learned things, and I took plenty of notes, and there are good notes in there, but like I left it not feeling like I learned anything, and that's not what a 6-hour class is supposed to leave you with.
No, that should leave you like you've learned some like significant stuff.
Yeah, like at most, I feel like I learned where I can go to actually learn things, because we talked about that in the end. And like, I took down notes of like places where you can go to start like a job or something like that. But like,
so are you looking for editing work, or is this just a passing curiosity?
Like, maybe both. It's hard to say because I don't actually really know what it's about, but it'd be nice to not have to do dogs. But yeah, so funny thing now is that the other two like big main classes for this whole package, while I was in the class, I got an email saying there's not enough people for the local campus, so we're merging it with the Center City one again. And I'm like, so now I don't even know what I want to do. Do I want to continue this? Because it's the same professor, so it's probably going to be the same format.
Have you already paid for it, or?
I feel like I could get a refund for these because they switcherooted on us.
Maybe.
And I think they say that in the email too. Like, I only did it for the first one because I'm like, I can handle one day of going into the city and taking the train. And like, obviously it's going to be easier because I've already done it and I know what to do and I know where things are.
Yeah.
But like, it's still a big thing. Like, yeah, basically I have to wake up at 6:30 so you can eat and shower and get there and get on the train and all that shit and get to the building. It's like such a huge investment for a class that like, because it's like, oh, you only have to do it 2 more times and you already know how to do it, but the class itself doesn't really seem that worth it, you know? But then at the same time, like, even if the class sucks and I don't actually learn anything, well, I have to do a final project, but if I can do that by doing my own research or whatever, then I can still get a certificate that's, you know,
yeah,
useful.
qualification is always good to have.
But I'm just like, can I do it? Can I just
a way to build a bed. Alright, see ya.
Oh. Well, there we go. Yeah, so now I'm conflicted. Like, do I just want to fucking go to Center City again and take these classes? Because the class itself wasn't really tiring or anything. Even when I felt like I didn't get enough sleep, I didn't feel that bad. But, do I want to do that? Or,
Alright, see ya, Twisted Bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, because like
the certificate, like, I don't know.
If you get a certificate, though, I'd say that's worth it, because that's a qualification you have on your resume, you know? Like, that's a thing you can cite if you do choose to go with this as a path.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably worth it. Just waste 3 days of my life, basically.
It's not a waste.
And get a certificate. Yes. I'm surprised the Kinsect didn't wake it up. It's just like if I'm spending all day going to the city and then not really learning anything.
I feel like part of it is
like of the day.
You're couching it automatically in this negative view, you know?
I took a 6-hour class and it's the same professor. I don't think it's like, you know, incorrect to assume the other 2 classes are going to be the same kind of thing with the same people, by the way.
Yeah, but it is like, you know, we're talking about the certificate and all, you keep going like, yeah, but it would be a waste and all that, and it's kind of like, you're kind of shutting yourself out before you get anywhere. If it's a waste, it's a waste, but like, what's 3 days, really?
It's just very tiresome. Like, I don't know. Like, normally I'm against online courses, which is exactly why I did this, because I can't trust myself with
hideous low quality.
I can't, not that, it's just I can't trust myself with online courses, and I prefer a professor telling you things. And
nah, you need the structure. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. Like, just being there and being able to ask questions, and just, you know, I trust professors themselves to have a better handle on how to do a teaching format, which maybe after that class I shouldn't. But
I mean, were they a professor, or were they just like, I am Jim Fuck from this field?
Like, no, this dude's been teaching English stuff for 16 years, and he's an editor himself.
See, that sounds more like he's just an editor who's like running a course for money, rather than a professor, if you know what I mean.
I mean, I don't know, I think maybe like the university came to him and asked, I don't know, but like he's qualified and stuff. It's just maybe, you know, are you like saying he's not
I'm saying he probably doesn't have teaching experience, because like there's a difference between knowing your shit and teaching it.
Yeah, he said he has 16 years of teaching, so I don't know, maybe no one gave him beef with that format. I did. there was this thing at the end. It's like, you know, rate the course, and you know, the professor, and I'm like, the professor's nice. You know, he was a little quiet, hard to hear. Like, I had to move up to hear him. But throughout the class, it didn't bother me that much. I was like, in the beginning, I'm like, should I move up more? And then I didn't. And then someone sat kind of in, like, next to the seat I was going to sit in. I'm like, well, it's over. You know, I did an act and now it's over. But it wasn't that bad. But, you know, he was nice. He did answer questions, you know, thoroughly and stuff. But obviously the problem is you have to ask the questions to learn anything. Part of me was like, I had my iPad right there. I was just kind of Googling the stuff. So there's like this small caps that was on the thing. It's like proofreading marks, and one of them was, use small caps here. I was like, what small caps? But I didn't want to ask. So I Googled it, and I didn't get an answer. So
I assume small caps would be lowercase.
No, it's capital letters that are small. They're capital letters, but they're smaller, and they're used for it's like a style thing. Like if something's written in all caps, then you can have like an actual capital letter and then have the rest be small caps. So it's like still kind of formatted like actual sentences and words. I guess I've never seen it in my life, but good to know. Yippee-ki-yay. So I don't know, maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll.
You might as well.
It's just like, and then I had to do a final assignment that's completely freeform. Like,
What would a final assignment for a copy editing thing be?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know. They sent me an email. It's like, yeah, we're gonna go over what this actually is. Okay. It's like, no, but they didn't. They just said like, it's up to you to make a thing that shows what you learned in the classes.
I guess write something with none of the issues.
But I'm like, like, what do I do? I have plenty of time for it. Like the class where we're meant to because it's like they need 24 hours to actually give the certificate. 24 hours of classes, but they only have 18 hours of actual editing classes. Yeah, 3 6-hour ones. So they have this strength-based course or whatever where you're supposed to go over what your strengths are or something. And oh shit.
Nah, that sounds like a little wank, honestly.
Yeah. But it fills out 3 hours, and then you have to attend the class where you kind of bring your draft for the final assignment, and then teacher looks at it and peer review and shit. That's also 3 hours. I was like, but I'm going to Hawaii during this class. It's like, well, you could take another one. It's like, okay, I'll take the one in December 8th, I guess, or December 9th or whatever.
Are you going to Hawaii?
Yeah. So it's like a month. The class to go over it is a month after my final classes. So I'm gonna probably have 2 months to do this final assignment at least. It's just I don't know what I'm gonna do for it.
And my cat just doesn't heal me. That's alright. Sick. Just fuck off and we're done.
It's a weird shot.
So what was that about your stomach ache?
Oh yeah, so I had, what was it, Wednesday night. I thought I was hungry and I had hunger pains, so I ate, and then I'm like, all right, time to go to bed. And then it just hurt really badly, and I couldn't sleep. And let me post this. So I didn't get any sleep. And I was so tired on Thursday. I still did all my jobs and stuff. and it's like, oh, are you like, is it from stress? And I'm like, I don't think it's from stress because like I mean we weren't gonna stream anyway, but like if it was a day where we were gonna stream, I couldn't have streamed because it hurt a lot. I was basically just spending the whole day kind of lying in bed and being up, and after the dog jobs and just kind of Googling, you know, intense stomach pain and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like one of the things is like, oh, it could
giving
be
yourself something to panic over.
yeah, it's like it could be stress, and I'm like, I mean that makes sense. I've never taken a train in my life. I have to go into the city and take a 6 hour, like really 7 hour class and then make it back. Like it makes sense that I'm stressed, but like I've been more stressed over things in school, like assignments and things I haven't done and stuff like that. And I have never experienced stomach pain from anxiety. Felt like I was gonna die sometimes, but like never stomach pain. So I'm like, that's probably not it. Like it could be gas. So, tried to get gas out. It's like I was burping and stuff too. I'm like, maybe it is, but that never stopped regardless of how much gas I let out. And I was like, this is kind of reminiscent of appendicitis. So, like an idiot, I Googled, can you get appendicitis again? Even though I already knew that, the appendix is taken out. So you can't have appendicitis again. There was actually this thing where it's like, you like, as a result, like if you had appendicitis, there's like a chance that you could have this thing with like the stump of your umbilical cord or something weird like that.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's that, but I have no way of fixing it. I'm like, oh well, okay, maybe like my mom always told me to eat yogurt when you have digestive problems because that helps digestion, and then it's like, don't eat dairy. I'm like, okay.
It depends like dairy. I would assume would be stuff like cheese and shit.
I don't know, yogurt is dairy, so I'm like, okay, whatever. So I just spent all day just trying to figure out what it was. I was like, should I go to the hospital? Like, maybe it was on my mind. Like, it didn't hurt as bad as appendicitis. With appendicitis, I couldn't even walk. With this, I could walk. Like, obviously,
appendicitis, I just stopped being able to walk, and it was then bedridden for days.
Minor movements would send a giant spike of pain through your body because of that shit.
Hammer.
So I'm like, it's like, at least it's not that bad. So, and I thought it was a banana. I'm like, I ate a banana from Whole Foods, and I've been eating bananas. Like, the thing that confused me is I've been eating bananas like for several days before that, just completely fine. My mom got me bananas from Whole Foods, and I ate one of those, and then a few hours later, that's when it started. So I'm like, it could be bananas, but then it's like, oh well, there's this thing, like if you have stomach aches, you do the tall diet or whatever, where it's like toast, applesauce, something else, and bananas. It's like, so why would a banana cause stomach pains when it's supposed to be eaten carrot? Like, I don't know. It's like I just Googled like, can bananas hurt your stomach?
That's like usually not gonna get you good answers. Googling
I Googled everything else. I'm like, who knows? Maybe there's some stupid shit. Medical shit is stupid. So
I'm not really using a Voyager hammer because this thing has like killed us. Well, I say us. It's killed me 3 times. Because this Kirin is super powered and will one-shot me in my normal gear, which is why I'm wearing this fucking homunculus armor of various somewhat to good lightning resistant stuff.
Do you have the thunderproof mantle?
I can't equip it.
Yeah, the only response I got from that is you could be allergic to bananas. And I'm like, but I've been eating bananas just fine. And there are organic bananas too. Like, they don't sell non-organic bananas even at Giant or whatever. So
you say like organic bananas. What do you mean?
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck organic means. I don't care. Usually it just means it's more expensive and probably not as worth it. But these organic bananas were 69 cents. So,
The
nice.
issue, Hammer, isn't like, oh, how are you dealing damage? The issue is it one-shotted me in my regular armor every time it hit me. Like, I mean that seriously, it would just kill me from full. Like, every time it hit me. It's not a case of how to shoot it. I know how to shoot it. It's just fucking killing me outright.
Maybe you're allergic to lightning. So I think the thing is, like, the bananas are overripe. Like, you know, the peel is kind of have brown spots and stuff, but the banana itself looked completely fine. I'm like, okay, I guess the banana is good because that's what the shell is for. It's to not be bad, and the way they describe it as overripe is just curious. I think it doesn't sound bad. It's like too much of a good thing is bad, but it's not like rotten. You know, it doesn't have that kind of impact of like it's just overripe. You know, whatever. Maybe it's not as good, but obviously it's not as good. So you know, the pain thankfully stopped. Like I was about to go to bed at like 10 at night because you know you have to wake up real early, and I was like, I got no sleep. Was it 10? I think it was 10. It should have been 9:30. I got no sleep the night before, and I didn't take a nap because I'm like, one, I can't take a nap with the stomach pains, and two, even like if I want to take a nap, then I'm not going to be able to go to bed at 10 to wake up at 6. So I'm just like staying up the whole day, and I'm like, I gotta make up last night's sleep, and I gotta make sure I have a buffer for when I can't sleep because of the stomach pains. So that was a whole thing. It's like as I'm going to sleep, my mom called me, and I was like, yeah, I might not be able to go to this class if these stomach pains keep up. It's like it's not the end of the world if I have to cancel this whole certificate thing because of this, but like it would suck. Like I don't know if I was ready to give up or what, but I woke up and it was like very minor, and I'm like, oh my god, did I actually get a good night's sleep? I didn't even realize. So like maybe I got a good night's sleep and the stomach pain's gone. So what way to, you know, be gentle to your stomach than eat a half a pound of meat in sandwich form immediately after you wake up?
That sounds pretty terrible.
But I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna make it to 12 and not be hungry. It was actually 12:30 when we had lunch. So
then you just eat like a small thing and then just survive till 12.
I'm like, I need to have a heavy breakfast, like something that'll get me there. Because I was like, yeah, my mom was like, you should just have like toast and maybe some yogurt or something.
She's right.
Stuff. And I'm like, I'm not gonna make it. So I eat half of the sandwich and I go, okay, I'm kind of full actually. So I did that, I showered, and I just left because, you know, I felt fine. So obviously there was the whole problem with like, oh, am I parking correctly? Am I going to get on the right train? Am I going to make it? Am I going to get off at the right station? Am I going to find the place? So there was all that. And there's no stomach pain, so that definitely debunked the stress thing. But, we're going up there, right? But, yeah, so thankfully the stomach pain was gone, and against my better judgment, I'm like, I ate another banana just because I was curious. At this point, I'm like, I don't have anything to lose. It's the weekend, and you know, I can do dogs.
Before or after your class?
This is after the class.
Okay, I was gonna say because that's just asking for trouble.
Yeah, so I was like the night before, I was like, I'm not eating any foreign substances, nothing, nothing that my mom bought me, even if I ate it. Like, you know, she got like things I'm not. Whoa, things that I'm not used to. So like hard-boiled eggs are a new thing that my mom got me to try, and like the Chobani yogurt, which is different from the other yogurt that I've been eating. And yeah, obviously the organic bananas. Like nothing. I'm not even going to Wawa because the food there could be tainted. So I just had the unhealthiest freezer food that I'm used to eating for dinner. I was just like, oh, great. Like, I'm not even having the meals that I have delivered, the pre-cooked meals I have delivered, because it could be bad. Who knows? So it's it was a mess. But I had the banana again, and like, it looked fine. There were no brown spot. Oh, there was one brown spot on it, so I stopped like halfway down. It wasn't even really a brown spot, I don't think. But I stopped anyway, just in case.
I mean, it's fine to eat those.
Yeah, apparently not.
They don't taste great, but it's fine to eat them.
Apparently not for me, but like I ate halfway down the banana and then stopped and threw it out because, you know, brown spot. It wasn't even brown. It was like a little line that maybe could have been brown, or maybe could have been a little divot. I don't know. I wasn't taking my chances. And then the stomach pains started coming back a little.
Whenever you see something like that, the fun thing you should do is just peel off like that layer of the skin. I swear to God, this thing, even with this armor, this thing is determined just to triple shot me.
Yes, but who knows with the banana? Like, I got stomach pains again. So I'm like, it wasn't bad. They weren't bad, and it was only a little bit for like a few hours. But I'm like,
at least I'm surviving the attacks now.
It was definitely the banana.
Or I was.
Like, is my body like not?
Wait, I'm still alive.
Does my body just not tolerate bananas as well as other people or something?
This is actually the most bullshit anything in this game. Like, genuinely the most horseshit of anything in this fucking game.
Oh, that would make sense. Yeah, so now I'm having this mantra where if I'm gonna have bananas, I gotta have at least one every day. And if I don't have one during a day, I have to throw one out. Because I'm gonna be like, oh, well, I don't want to waste it. Even though
you do know bananas don't just like die within a day, right?
I know. They don't. And they like I said, I eat bananas fine beforehand, but these ones I guess were kind of older. I don't know. I don't have a timer on them or anything. But I'm just like, because if I don't, then like I'm gonna have 5 bananas left, right? And then it's gonna be like, you know, 3 days after or something, and they're starting to get right. I don't know, but I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna waste 15 cents when you think about it. Just. Like if I throw a banana out, it's like wasting 15 cents. There's no reason to be like, well, I'm wasting money if I don't, you know, try it. Risk getting a stomach ache, you know? It's a banana. I don't know why they're so cheap, but they are. So now I'm on thin ice with bananas. I still like them, you know? They taste fine. I'm starting to like the taste a bit more, and they fill you up more than other fruit.
And they're rich in potassium.
That too, but I was like, oh, you know what? I thought, like, maybe now that I'm eating healthy, I'm eating too much fiber. Because, so, you know, someone said, if you have too much fiber, then that can clog up your intestines. I'm like, oh my fucking God. Are my intestines just clogged up?
No.
There's no way of knowing. Like, so I typed, do bananas good in fiber? And then, you know, of course it's like, well, bananas do have fiber, and they are healthy for you, so yeah, let's say they have fiber, because you're probably looking for foods that have fiber because you want to eat more of it. Because who eats too much fiber? I mean, the thing is, whenever I think it was several years ago, I ate a Fiber One bar, and it was the worst experience of my life. Because I was probably devoid of fiber, so I just had gas at every waking moment of my life. But when I had a Fiber One bar recently, that didn't happen. Like, nothing changed. I was prepared for it, but nothing changed. So I'm like, okay, I probably have enough fiber in my diet now. So maybe this was the tipping point. It wasn't. It was just a banana. Like, you know, the inside of banana, like if it's shiny.
Shiny?
Yeah. Like I asked Luke about it, and he's like, maybe that's just because that's where you bit it. And it could be saliva, but sometimes, like, I noticed it had a sheen on it, and I was like, is that rotten? Like, no. I didn't poke it to see if it was overly soft or anything.
I mean, was it where you bit it, or?
Yeah, it was like at the top.
Yeah, then that's just like the inside of, you know. the banana flesh. Like there is goo, fluidish goo in, well not fluid, but you know like goo in there.
Well, that doesn't seem right. But once again, I don't know if I mentioned, but I didn't
squishy.
I didn't know how to peel a banana until I bought them for the first time like 2 weeks ago. So I'm obviously no banana expert.
No, not at all.
Like they can't just be as straightforward as apples, can they? The apple's brown, like fuck it, yeet it into the trash can. If a banana is brown, well, you gotta open it first, and a little brown is okay. But is it? You know,
yes,
it's up to your body apparently, and apparently not. You know.
I'm thinking this is just some other issue, and you're blaming the banana because it's the only thing you got.
There's nothing else to explain it. There's like
a passing disease.
No, because I ate the banana again, and I got stomach pains again.
Okay.
There's like no other finer evidence than that. It wasn't as bad because I guess it was a better banana and I didn't eat the whole thing. But like, I can't think of any other reason at this point. Just like something about it was bad enough to cause appendicitis too. And
I don't think it was appendicitis.
Well, you know, not all sequels are as good as the original, so I think that's fair to call it appendicitis 2, even if it's weaker.
Hardest event from us now the world is coming, hey? Which is neat.
You know I haven't used this whole time?
What?
Nope. I haven't been focusing. I've been
moved to that
telling a story. Yeah, the Thunderproof Mantle.
Settle down.
So that's my story about the class I wasn't really satisfied with and having a terrible stomach ache for over a day. It's like I was like, when do you go to the hospital for stomach pains? The thing is, like
when it reaches debilitating.
Like, but that's the thing. No one on the internet said that. When I Googled it, I was thinking, like, if I had appendicitis and I was reading this, I wouldn't have gone to the ER. They're talking about, like, things like, you know, oh, if you're pregnant, or things that I'm definitely not. I'm like, okay, well.
Kirin is weak to fire, yes. I'm just burning through this ammo while I have it. The normal ammo does more damage, but I might as well do this while I have it. Well, normal 3 does more damage. Of course. You think I would expect that by now?
Little flakes came off. I don't even remember what happened yesterday. Oh, right. I was gonna be like, oh, we can stream, but then I was starting an overnight then, and it was like, normally I could have squeezed in a stream between when I normally have this dog and then the overnight's dinner, but then they're like, hey, can you move our usual afternoon time to 2 hours later? So there was just, there was no time. The time did not exist.
Gun with fire would be recommended. The bezel guns are pretty good because they also have like all sticky and all that on them.
And I think Wednesday Gavin just started streaming on his own. I was like, okay.
Were you available?
Yes.
You didn't say you were. You'd been vanished and talked about your stomach ache for a bit. So like, oh, he's just too sick to do anything.
That was the night of.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like he was like, oh, he's just too sick to do anything.
No. That was the night when it's like long after you were asleep. That's when it started.
I mean, what were we going to stream?
Monster Hunter.
Wait, like it came out Thursday though.
Yeah, I know, but there's stuff in the grinding lands to do.
I switched to piercing if I realize it.
I wonder what the general consensus is, but the fact that I heard someone call it the grinding lands as if that's something that everyone calls it.
I mean,
It makes it seem like people don't like it, which I'm
no,
for
like,
because I don't
grinding
like it.
is the game. Like that's the whole game, man. You grind for armor, you grind for weapons, you grind for everything. Like when someone calls it grinding a Monster Hunter, it's like, oh yeah, that's the place where you do things. Someone's complaining about grinding a Monster Hunter, they're playing the wrong fucking game.
Yeah, I was thinking about it when we're doing Monster Hunter with Carl and Kevin. It's like I was like, oh, maybe I can use this as an opportunity to like actually try the Sword and Shield alongside the Insect Glaive because it's a fresh start. There are going to be a ton of low enemy encounters, but then I realized there are 3 of us, and our initial playthrough was long enough when like you were doing like maybe 2 weapons. I don't even know. Like
I was dual blades for most of it, like basically way up until like we fought the blue Rathalos. I made the blue Rathalos longsword.
Yeah, I'm like, if everyone is gonna like if everyone's gonna need to stop to grind for materials, that's already more than what you and me have done, or at most equivalent to it, right?
Yeah.
So like it would be a lot if I decided to take on a second weapon, and there's no way in hell I'm giving up the Insect Glaive for this game because that would be ridiculous. Like for the flying enemies, I would hate myself. I don't even know how I did it. I had to go back and watch those streams just to figure out
You
how
exclusively used slopes. I got mad whenever there was not a slope nearby.
I remember, yeah, probably, and also I got mad when something that looked like a slope wasn't a slope.
Yes. Why am I not getting the head of this mess of blue and white?
Pleasantly surprised and confused when a flat surface did count as a slope. Like, what was that about?
That's your back. Alright, fine. Okay, now I can see things to stop glowing. Rip. Lava bullet series, auto fire, fire ammo, normal up to 3, spread up to 2. That sounds pretty rad. That's right, I don't have my normal. I don't have the armor that gives me normal ammo plus or damage plus for it. Whatever it was called, but I don't have it, so that's annoying. Whatever.
Oh, also, there was a dog. Have I talked about the dog that hates me?
Don't know.
Like,
not recently.
Whenever I had to lift it up to get it to get up. Like, I had to lift it up by the harness, and then it growls at me when I try to pet it.
I don't think so.
I had a dog like that, and it had enough. Like, I don't remember what day. I think it was like Monday. It had enough. Like, it lunged at me whenever I got close. It kept an eye on me. It growled whenever I looked at it, even at a distance. I'm like, yeah, I don't think I can do this dog anymore. But so I called my employer, and she's like, well, yeah, I'll ask the owner. And like, she's probably gonna call you to figure out what's going on exactly from you. And I'm like, oh shit, yeah. I have to tell the owner that their dog hates me, and then they're probably gonna assume that I'm at fault and not the dog. Thankfully, that wasn't the case, but when you're a dog walker, you're always at fault. The dog could run into traffic despite what you're doing, and it's your fault.
You are assuming responsibility, I suppose.
I don't care. That a fucking dog should not be considered a flawless being just because you love it so much. Either way, that's not how it went. She was like, she's like, oh, I understand. He's kind of like that with me, his owner.
Some dogs are just stroppy assholes.
It's probably because he's partially blind and deaf, even though he doesn't seem like that at all to me.
My first max in ancient potions, not expensive. Ancient seems not great. Nah, like the point of ancient, yeah, you can get the same effect by like max potion plus meat, but the ancient potion is like, for instance, if you get knocked down, all your stats get reset. The ancient potion, you can just slam it and immediately get back to food and go running out. It's also like really good for in a pinch to just like slam it and have everything back up the foot in case your stamina drops and you've just been recently ganked. It's like the emergency button. Like it's instant versus like the 2-step, several second process of max plus meat. But yes, continue about dogs.
Okay, you know, just kind of completely interjected there.
Well, you know, God forbid, I want to like talk to the person in my chat.
It was very strange. But, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, but I was like, because she suggested maybe it's because you're going in and immediately hooking him when he's like lying down and sleeping. So maybe you should stick around for a bit and he might get used to you. And I was like, I mean, I'll try it because I don't want to give up.
That wasn't even lightning. It just ran into me and killed me from like 70%.
I think you might be weak.
My armor is maxed out. These fights are fucking cursed.
Yeah, I tried that and it worked, kind of. Like, he got up on his own after 40 minutes. So 40 minutes each. Like, even if he got up on his own, I'm not doing that ever again in my life. So I was like, oh, well, yeah. The second time, when I kind of lightly pulled him up instead of completely pulled him up, he ended up getting up on his own. So maybe the combination of that will be enough. So I'm like, okay, I'll try again today. Well, days, actually. But she quit her job. And I was like, well, I'm not going to need you for this dude at the moment until I get a new job. So we'll see if that picks up. But it's kind of funny because my employer is like, oh, I can't give you this job to do because, you know, they hate men, or, oh, it seems a little aggressive, or they pull. But then when I'm telling her that this dog actively growls whenever I try to pet it, and it lunges at me, but like it goes while it does it, you know, it's an extremely dangerous thing, and the dog just hates me straight up. She's like, oh, well, keep trying. Could you make it seem like it's just about the money anymore? Because she gets a cut of my pay for all my jobs. So it's like, oh, well, if you give up this job, then I lose money as well. I'm like, she didn't say that, but that's obviously what it's about.
That's how it goes.
It was like, that's kind of shitty, you know?
My murdered pink Rathians to complete the high rank armor. Welcome to high rank. Pink rats are nice enough, at least.
I was like thinking about it. I'm like, I don't think I like over half of the jobs I have. They're like these two dogs that I genuinely hate. I despise them. I really don't like them. You know, amount to craft. Just do that.
So that nudge did like fuck all. Relatively.
And then there are these dogs that one's on a leash.
Fuck tons. Okay, so I fucking hate this goddamn monster. This thing's designed by assholes, I swear to God.
One dog I have on a leash, and the other dog is like really old, so he just hobbles around and doesn't leave the property. But he gets really close to the road sometimes, so I don't like that job because that stresses me out a lot. But you know, it's manageable. They're very close. I guess ultimately I like it, but still, I'm like, this dog's gonna get run over while I'm running to the fridge to get the treats to lure it back into the house. Also, they pee on the floor wherever there isn't a pee pad. And even if they did pee on the pee pads suck ass.
That speaks to behavior problems.
It just goes through, and I'm like, I hate. it's just the pee room, you know? It's just the pee room. Nothing else. What else do I even have? Rudy's fine. He doesn't walk, even though he's a dachshund, and it's like you can't let dachshunds get fat because they have spine problems if they get fat because their spines are unnecessarily long. But he doesn't like to walk. He likes to smell. You'd be surprised how many dogs don't actually like to walk and prefer just smelling. The dog that I'm overnighting for right now is the slowest dog in existence.
The problem, Hammer, isn't like, oh, do you have like enough thunder resistance shit? Because I do overall. Or I should. Is this just focusing on this one bit of gear? Because I could have sworn I picked. Yeah, like I already have max thunder resistance. Like putting more on would not make a difference. This isn't like the strongest like lightning resistant gear I can make. That's the Kirin stuff, but I do not have enough master rank Kirin bits for that. And you know, it's like saying, okay, defeat the fire by wearing the fire right now. It's like it's the. It's like the only lightning resistant stuff, really, if we count lightning resistance as like 3+, is like Topikadachi. And damn near half the roster of monsters, like half or more, are weak to lightning. So that carries over to their armors.
It's just an extra sense of depth in the game that I still find unnecessary.
Hello, Mamley.
Like when you can't customize skills, like what's the point?
How do you mean customize skills?
So let's say I am customizing armor for every type of monster in the game, and I want armor that's resistant to fire.
Yes.
But I'm playing as the insect glaive, so I want power prolonger. But power prolonger is only two things of gear. So in no conceivable universe will I be crafting the anti-fire armor because the skills are all garbage and don't help me at all. It just seems discordant with everything.
Well, ostensibly that's what like decorations and charms are for. You know?
Yeah, but then it shouldn't be on the armor.
What?
Like it shouldn't. The varying your resistance to elements shouldn't be on the armor where you rely on skills. I mean, it's kind of the weird thing about it too. Like some armor is just better than others, but you know, let's say the Jagras armor is the only armor with power prolonger or something, then you're kind of like, fuck you.
I mean, then you just use like the power prolonger like charm. Yeah, any jewels you have of it, and just stick them in the armor. Your weapons should also, at this point, have like gem slots and all, so.
Yeah, but getting gems is fucking impossible. Unless you want,
but...
you know. Do you want fire resistance? You want the fire resistance gem? Here, have it. And have it again. And have it again. Hey, do you want these two skills that don't fucking matter because they're both related to the gun? The thing that you don't use? Just have the skills for it. Just take it. They're for free. We're so generous. Oh, you want to re-roll them? Well, we're just going to make it extremely not worth it. You have to give away your entire gem inventory to get one new gem at random.
David X Machina looks different.
Looks not painful in the eyes.
David X Machina isn't painful in the eyes. What do you want about
it? It is for me. It's like, I mean, do you think Fire Emblem Three Houses is ugly?
I haven't seen it to any extended degree, so I cannot say.
Like, even just in screenshots, you can...
No, well, you need to see it in motion to see if it's ugly or not.
Okay, I've seen it in motion too, and it is ugly.
I have.
I'm just like, I still want to play it. It's still probably a great game. Like, the fact that it's ugly doesn't make it a bad game, but, you know, definitely doesn't help. And that's kind of how I am with like David Ex Machina as well.
Yeah, Ex Machina is fucking gorgeous though.
It is not my thing.
Like extremely vibrant colors, like shit is just going everywhere all the time. Glorious explosions. Nutcase character designs, the mechs all look fucking fantastic. Even my title is wrong. Like, I updated the thing to like be the Monster Hunter World one. I clicked it again there, but I did update it. I guess Twitch isn't updating them.
Probably because of the whole Fortnite shit, and that's one of the problems. Like chat replay on VODs doesn't work because of this shit.
What the fuck are they doing?
Fortnite is streaming something, and all the traffic is ruining many other aspects of the website. Is what really? I believe people are saying.
How the fuck does Twitch not have like the bandwidth and capability for like hundreds of thousands of viewers? I assume.
I think it's more than that. Like it's a giant Fortnite announcement where their girlfriend dumped them. I mean, I'm curious about it because it's not any old update. They're calling it like the end of Fortnite, and a black hole is sucking everything in. And I mean, people who don't even play the game are probably wondering if they're ending support for it for some fucking reason, or announcing a Fortnite 2 or.
No, they've been doing like story event crap. Because the last one was like, oh, the world is eaten by a blizzard. And at one point, like volcanoes like burst through some areas or something. Yeah, I guess the site's just being fucky then. So, oh well.
It was a circle, okay.
Smells the hunter for a manly eye, but not for hammer. Good job,
Thank you,
Twitch.
Crash Bandicoot camera.
Please stop moving your head. It's like 360.
You think you have it bad? That was close.
You only have to aim once, like every 30 seconds. I am aiming constantly. Now it changed back to David Ex Machina. Alright, Jesus. Thanks, Twitch.
It's just funny, you know. People were saying the prerequisite for getting Rajang is like master rank 50 or 100, God forbid. And no, it's this, which might be worse.
This is significantly worse because like getting to like Kirin? A master rank number is like, oh, that's fine. This is like fight a Kirin that can one shot you.
Why Kirin? It doesn't make any sense. Like, why bar it behind Kirin? How's Kirin relevant?
Go fight the monster that one shots you. And I love it whenever someone comes in and goes like, well, I didn't have any trouble. I say, well, good for you. I don't care. I'm glad you're like the RNG rolls in your favor.
I mean, I'm not having that much trouble.
As said, I'm glad the RNG runs in your favor. It doesn't for me.
I don't think it's RNG, but I don't know what it is. It's the funny thing.
You have like Kirin armor though.
I don't.
No, you have it in some of your gear. Like if
we never grinded for that.
No, you had high rank Kirin gear. I mean, even that's enough. That's still more lightning resistant than my shit.
I'm not wearing it.
No, this has been like an hour and a half of fighting this fucking horse because it keeps like. Previously it was one-shotting me, now it's two-shotting me. And this is with lightning-resistant gear.
Gavin's making progress, though. Soon it'll only three-shot him.
Oh, that's just me fucked. That's my own idiocy.
Come on.
It's shit like that. That one in particular killed me a lot. Where I'll just be moving along, it just does like the fucking instant blast, and that's it, just dead. Because it's a one-shot from full before.
See, but it telegraphs it on the ground, Gavin. So
no, it doesn't. For the fast one, you have like 1 second
fair.
And then.
No, Gavin, but it telegraphs it, so it's fair. The Kirin's running away, but this time it's shooting lightning.
progress it behind you on the ground where the camera can't see.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, that's what I was complaining about earlier with the Crash Bandicoot camera. Dun, 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 dun. Is there an electric level in Crash Bandicoot?
Yes.
I mean, there has to be, right?
Yes, there are. No lab levels, but you know, they have electricity and a laboratory is just an electric level. That's piercing, man. Rip.
What? Explain that one. Oh, your insect glaive was it? And the insect glaive is made of metal, so it conducts electricity. Carl says that he won with Island Meta in Fortune Street, and if I wasn't fighting Kirin, I would type evidence ?
You have sleep ammo on that thing? No.
It's like, oh, I won the lottery. Like, wow, I mean, it's possible, but I wouldn't go for the lottery.
I don't think I have a gun that has both, like, normal 3 and the sticky bombs and shit, and then also sleep. I don't strictly need all those, and all that, but it's like, I'm not sure if of my upgraded guns, of which I only have like 2, really, if any of them have sleep. It would help significantly,
but... So what's this? The people you're overnighting for desperately need to know if they have a package again. What is your schedule? Not today. Not today. I doubt I'm gonna have free time today.
Schedule for who?
My employer to meet up to pay me.
Ah. It's down to like the one tiny square of space that isn't death. Didn't look like I was hitting that, but alright. Should kick me off. One of my major problems with this thing is it basically has no downtime ever. Like, there's no stagger between the attacks that you can attack basically constantly.
Uh-oh, sisters.
And also, it took out my Vitality Mantle and then half of my health anyway from foe. And this is with the lightning resistant gear. Yeah, it twitches all the fucking time. And the thing is, the mission briefing essentially says this thing has already been wrecked by something, its horn is broken, so it's weak. It's not, it's fucking fighting from full health. Like, that's just straight up is, it's fighting from full health.
Do you expect them to program in one with less health? Well, that reminds me. That's interesting. That monster's health is randomized whenever you start a quest.
Is that like in general or for specific quests?
No, that's just in general. Like a monster. Okay. Like let's say yeah, for this quest, the Kirin had a health, and then we died, and we started this same quest again. It has a different health value.
Interesting.
It's like that was in the speedrunning, like speedrunner complaining about things in Iceborne video, which is interesting. I mean, I could see how that would be fucking annoying for speedruns. Like, why? What's the purpose?
From like any other game with like RNG shit?
Well, it's just like, why? Why give it a random value?
So things aren't exactly 100% the same every time.
Like, people don't like games with RNG, like speedrunning games with RNG. Some people just do it because they love the game itself, or you know, shit like that. But no one actually likes it.
Like, speedrunning isn't a concern for developers, though.
Right, but like even without that, I just don't know what sense it makes.
To make things like, you know, a different experience every time. It helps like vary things up. The monster doesn't just die to the same, you know, work plan at that same point.
Like anyone is gonna notice that over the span of 5 years.
Evidently they did, because they noticed it within a few weeks of release.
Well, that's speedrunners who are like beating these monsters in 3 minutes by, you know, having proper gear and
yeah, but so it was like, you know,
rats stuff.
Fucking like any like high-end players is gonna notice that shit automatically. Oh, you're taking the piss with this.
And then the
see a spot.
Oh, that was still winding, huh? Wow, that's a while, isn't it? It's like, you know how the Windrake now sometimes drops you next to the monster?
Yeah.
So now speedruns are more grindy because if you want the optimal time, you have to keep restarting the mission until it does that for you. It's like, I never really thought about that, but that is definitely a case, huh? He was complaining about like the tenderized feature on the clutch claw, but I mean, I don't know, I think it kind of adds another layer to the skill needed to, like, you know, you have to keep on top of that and know how to time that. Yeah, but I mean, he's the speedrunner, not me, so.
It doesn't necessarily mean he knows better or anything. Like, speedrunners are inherently play against game design, you know? That's like the whole point of a lot of it. It's either like exploiting or directly playing against the intentions of the game.
There's something like you can't just choose optional quests now anymore or something like that. So now all the speedrunners are basically only doing arena quests, which is really boring.
Wait, what does that mean?
I'm not too sure, but I think it's like optional quests rotate out on.
I want to go get potions.
And that's the thing with arena quests too. Apparently, arena quests rotate out and rotate back in.
Okay.
For no reason. So that just makes it more annoying if you want to fight something in particular.
Play investigations then? Right. brain broke for a
I
second.
don't know how the speedrunning scene works, but I wouldn't be surprised if like so that everyone can like it had to be like an actual quest so that people
So
can
they
do the
want
same
like
thing.
fixed start seeing conditions or whatever. So it isn't just the top time is because one guy got a savage devilager that killed it in 3 minutes before he found the monster.
Yeah.
Funny as that would fucking be. The random health thing is meant to simulate the monster you're hunting being roughed up by some other monsters before battle. It simulates which monster has been eating its greens or not.
Just like if that's, I mean, obviously you're joking, but like if they wanted it to be a kind of world building kind of thing, you think they'd mention it or something?
Not necessarily.
I feel like 99% of the population does, or player base doesn't know that. Because why would you even assume that they would do that?
And they probably don't, but that's the kind of thing, like, if they don't notice, then, it's better that sort of thing is invisible, in a sense. Which is something that, Resident Evil 2, like, is since been discovered actually has, like, a variable difficulty, where, like, no matter what you're playing, like, what difficulty you're playing, like, how much damage you take and give is actually like dependent on how well you're doing.
Yeah, I don't like that stuff.
No, I don't like it either. I thought like zombies just had random health just to make me get spookier. So like this zombie just won't fucking die just at random, and I'll be like, oh shit, that's like a fucking problem I suddenly have to deal with. That makes things tense. It's not. It's like literally just, you haven't been hit in a while, so now your gun has dropped to 70% damage, and that's really fucking stupid. That means you can just very easily manipulate that, and it also just like this, in a sense, discourages doing too well because like, oh, the game just becomes unreasonable now. It was like Resident Evil 4 also did that, but it was incredibly subtle about it by comparison. Because you basically wouldn't notice because the variance wasn't ever that big, and you usually only kicked in when you died. So like, enemies would be less aggressive, you just got fucking wrecked and died. Whereas in Resident Evil 2, getting hit or not getting hit over X amount of time will just crank damage values up and down on the spot. Which is just aggravating.
Yeah, another one of them is now monsters have unstoppable limbs.
Unstoppable limbs?
Yeah, like if they're on their last legs and they're limping back to their nest, you can't stop them, no matter what you do to them.
I call bullshit on that because I've done it.
I think you're thinking of like not the last one.
Like when you say last one, what do you mean?
Like when they're going back to their nest.
I've stopped them doing that. You can deal with a clutch call. You just like leap on it and slice into bits, and they will eventually just stop if they get aggro. I mean, like how much you have to hit them to make them aggro varies, but you can do it. And I have.
Remember in the video they were just clutch clawing onto it and hitting it repeatedly for like 2 minutes and it wouldn't stop.
Well, then he got really unlucky because we have video evidence in our very streams of me doing it several times.
I don't know. I kind of doubt
No,
that.
I did it. Yeah, the video evidence is there. The Glavinus is. I remember we did that once in particular. Also, you can just like for regular monsters, hit them with a trap. That stops them no matter what, unless they're Elder Dragons. And that one just sounds like nitpicking for the sake of it.
Was there like 5 of them? I think one of them was just returning problems.
I feel like that's cheating a bit.
Stuff they didn't fix.
Death zone. I was, I guess.
It's just like, I don't know why the lights are radiance. Because you can't tell what's safe and what's not.
Yeah, no, you really can't.
Why not just make them giant, red thing with borders? borders.
Just make it like, you know, just like not flat, like just make it not flash. It's just like a flat line of light, and it's like, oh shit, you stand in the light, you die.
Well, see, Gavin, it wouldn't look realistic, so really be forfeiting the style of the game.
They're not going for this at all, though.
To do something like that.
He's falling asleep. Well, he was. Rip.
Like, okay.
There we go. Just the explosion on a monster that's flying. I need a drink.
Monster Chaser.
Is that a Legion? Like flying way in the sky above. It's not here now.
I haven't seen anything else in this
like,
fucking map.
No, like not as a monster. It was just like, you know, endemic thing, like a way up above, like the skybox thing. This is a fun fact as I was doing research shit for the post in time. The developers of Daemon X Machina were the ones who developed the Monster Hunter Stories game for Capcom. Which is the child-friendly, quote-unquote, spin-off. What else? There was another one they did that I noticed. I was like, oh hey, that's a funny coincidence, but I forget what it was. But, oh yeah, it was God Eater, so they have experience in this realm, essentially. It was funny. You ride a Kirin, and you say you ride the lightning. Asshole. That's good, though. Fuck.
No, because the Kirin's a horse, not the lightning itself.
I don't know. Looking at him, I'd say he's pretty lightning. I didn't put the thing. Oh, because you hit me. There we go.
Oh. That explains why the attacks are not as good.
Head of the wall, asshole. Why did I put that? Oh, yeah, I put it up near the health stuff. Just throw that on just in case. One here. Ow. Yeah, I don't know, my week hasn't been so eventful. I've just been doing Daemon X Machina. Today I played A Link to the Past on the Switch SNES thing, just because I felt the craving for some classic Zelda. Got all the way up to just before Aghanim, whenever you said, like, alright, I'm ready. As in the first one, and like before you get to the Dark World.
I see, none of this has any meaning to me.
Yeah, that was just specifying. You should use that to play Super Metroid. If you haven't.
Yep.
Is that, yeah, you haven't, or?
I haven't.
Okay.
Otherwise, you would have seen it.
You should use that to play Super Metroid.
Yeah, and I'll use rewinds and save states.
How did that still hit me? I know your heartbeat is weak. I can smell it. Go, go, go. Jesus. It's just how fast all those are. Yeah, I know, it just refuses to fucking die. Okay, he's limping. Free 120 damage.
Promise you I press triangle.
Just shoot you in the goddamn body. It doesn't even matter. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. No, my is better. If I can get a shot on that is. Yeah, the Plush Claw attack doesn't cost Wyvern Blast ammo, which is just godlike. It means it's just like 120 damage blank for free. So the monster's like fleeing or whatever, just keep slamming it in. Yeah, he's healed up, looks like. Oh, his lightning armor is covering it, is it? No, he has healed up. Alright. I'll read that in a second. I just see Ghost in the Shell with Scarlett Johansson, and I'm already just going like tisk tisk. I'm taking the piss with this. Look how long these reach.
All right, I think one of the unchanged things was how the choral orchestra gives you a 12% attack boost, but it's random, and there's only like a 5% chance you'll get it. So if you want to be
Good.
optimal,
Oh,
you have to keep resetting the mission until you get it.
please put the gun away. Better have been fucking worth it, I swear to God. This monkey fight better make me laugh my ass off. Someone who doesn't know the original, I thought it was pretty okay. Dialogues are pretty badly written to some parts, and it felt like they shortened the film quite a bit. I felt like they spent too little time on certain scenes and then skipped to the next scene of a hard cut. Some of the Marvel movies, camera work was pretty boring, released CGI backgrounds look much more interesting. I did think the characters and story idea, things that were probably taken from the original, they were pretty decent. Yeah, like honestly, like you're better off just watching the original. And they still are, honestly. A lot of the execution, just in general, even with like dated CG and stuff, and the animated movie is still just gonna be better. It's the same thing with like Battle Angel Alita. It's like, I mean, all of the interesting character stuff or whatever that you like is just in the original manga. You could just read that instead of dealing with hideous CGI eyes that inexplicably only she has. We spent 2 hours on just the Kirin. This better be worth it, fucking. He's fucking dead and you won't need to do it again until we do it on PC. Fucking lightning horse, you can probably just run here. Something beat it fucking off. I would hardly recommend it. Like, the animated stuff is actually really good. Like, not just like the movies, but also the TV show, Solid State Society, I think it was. It's also really good. Just fascinating cyberpunk stuff. The movie might seem a bit, like passe on heart, touches on stuff now, because all the stuff, formative stuff especially, just kind of gets that. But good shit.
Now the new lava area is gonna make it take even longer to load. I just realized. Great.
Here's the new area. I guess we're in the volcano area fighting this thing, so I presume it must be there based on the thing. I should probably just bring my fire armor anyway, even though I don't think this is going to be a fire monster in and of itself.
It's in there based on them spoiling it in the Monster Hunter Direct.
I mean, that and, you know, why add
Along
the new
with,
Guiding Lands area if it's not going to
yeah,
be in there?
all the Guiding Lands monsters. I'm like, okay. You can customize your room, but we're going to make most of the actually interesting stuff you have to buy with real money. Even though it's a feature that no one really cares about.
Well, the executives demand, like, microtransactions somehow. And when you don't really give a shit, you just phone it in. Not like they care. They just want the checklist, like, checked off. Fuck it, there it is.
Like, it could have been something interesting if they just, made it all in-game.
Not earplugs, right? That's what I'm missing. What is a monkey gonna be weak to?
I mean, I guess it's fire. This is the fur and the whole caveman thing, but obviously that's
Because if it's in the fire area, would that not mean he's a fire monster? Honestly, I mean, not necessarily. I'm just kind of, I don't know.
I have a feeling he's dragon because they didn't know what to do with it.
I'll take. Actually, I don't know if I want longsword versus dual blades for this.
Don't know where I'm supposed to go.
Let's try longsword. I presume there must be a cutscene for finding this fucking thing, so there's no rush.
I guess they wanted me to jump off the cliff, but in a stroke of genius design, all of them were below the cliff where you couldn't see them.
I don't know why I'm eating, but it's just out of habit. Oh yeah, I found out why like Devon X Market is fucking hell on the encoder. At least I believe I found out.
I mean, have you seen it?
It looks great, but the
No,
main
not
issue.
that. It's fucking action explosions.
Yeah, but the thing is, it would also flip out even when like nothing was happening. And it turns out that the game's resolution is this weird ass 1136 or like 1130 something by 936, something like that, because of Switch. And
No, the Switch couldn't run above 900.
I mean, it can, depends on the game. Like, Daemon X Machina will like flick back and forward from like 1080p to that resolution as it needs to. I imagine if it does that on the fly, I don't know if it does or not. That would probably explain why the encoding is just going fucking to hell and back. But,
I'm gonna have to put that one on Mythbusters, I think.
I don't know. It's all fucking witchcraft to me. I'm just presuming.
It does have a tail.
So it is a monkey.
Why was I told it doesn't have a tail? Maybe it didn't in Monster Hunter 2. And then they added it.
It's evolution.
Because we've never... I mean, I don't think any promo art has showed it from the back or anything. Promo video.
I don't think so, no. Oh, he's dead again. Monkey.
I don't know why it's so obsessed with doing this. Oh.
I am monkey.
I have a feeling I know what type this thing is. Well, okay. Interesting.
The Buddha, the Father Buddha said, "With our thoughts we make the world." In the egg hatched a stone monkey. The nature of monkey was inoppressible. There's a game called Stranded Seals, Explorers of the Cursed Islands, which is a farming simulation similar to Harvest Moon on a Caribbean setting. Caribbean? Whatever. I never know. Is it Caribbean or Caribbean, do you know?
It doesn't matter.
Fair enough. Hello, my son. He's coming. Just another Kirin just walking along.
That ending shot is so good.
I feel like we can safely assume he doesn't give a shit about thunder. Well, he's not much of a shit. Just oh. So it just eats Kirin horns? Oh my god. He's going Super Saiyan while in his grade 8 form.
Ha ha ha! XD. Very funny.
He's
joke.
on the border of Super Saiyan 4.
Haha. I've not heard that one before.
I'm sorry that I don't inherently follow everyone you listen to, Chris, and just run all of their jokes by you to make sure they're approved. I wish I could be as metal as the Admiral. Oh wait, never mind, I am. We're just riding him in the background and just flailing around. Well, I think I know what he doesn't like. Maybe. This guy is not all that big, actually. What the hell?
I think they wanted, they just wanted to be like the clutch call, this thing that we added for this expansion. Look at it work.
Anyway, well, I tag out then,
I guess so.
Hi. Yeah, he's not that big. He looked a lot bigger, and I guess the Kirin isn't that big either. Thinking about it. Missed the opportunity to type expand dog. For all the size of them, Dillblades might actually be better. I guess rather than size, I should say speed. You seem like a speedy fucker. Alright, have you put it up, or?
Oh. Yep.
Felix the Reaper, which I'm pretty sure I've seen before, but I can't remember where. It's a puzzle adventure game. I heard of that one, in memory. I wonder if it's the same one I'm thinking of, because like, there was a game ages ago. I don't know if it ever came out. It was going to be like for the PSP or some shit. It was just called like the Reaper or something. It was by some indie dev. So, kind of striking the Reaper design and a red hood. And the bit I've seen of Felix Reaper kind of looks like that, but I don't know if it's the same game or the same devs or what. But it has like a similar art style. Oh yeah, did you ever like decide what you were getting an Indivisible on?
I got it on PS4.
Okay.
So on the back of the PlayStation 4 case, it says 10 gigabytes minimum.
Right.
What does that
mean? It has 10 gigabytes on this, but they might take out more space through updates later on.
Okay. I thought it meant that you had to download 10 gigabytes minimum, and I was like, so is this just a disc that starts a download?
We're not there yet.
that's not why I bought the disc.
Yeah. That's something to watch for going into the next generation, because that was going to be what the Xbox One did until everyone was like, that is the stupidest fucking thing ever.
Because, I mean, yeah, what's his name? Scott the Woz did make a good case for, like, you know, I own this game, not the right to play it that could be removed at any moment. I was like, like for games that aren't a hassle to constantly move, or like, oh, I'm suddenly gonna want to play Splatoon 2 at one point or something, or just like a game that is online in general, like it lives and dies by its online. So like, in 10 years, I'm probably not gonna be playing Splatoon 2 anyway, so it doesn't matter if they remove the right for it. But like for a game like Indivisible, you could always come back to that, and you're probably only gonna play it once every few years anyway. So I'm like, why not get physical and just own it? Because it's a good point. Do you know where you're going?
No.
Okay, I don't mind following you then.
I just kind of went on autopilot. I was like, I'll just generally go down, but I think I'm on the other end of the map from where the lava zone is.
I see lava spout on the map, so I'll just go there. Yeah, it's like I'm probably not gonna buy games on the Switch, just because the lower resolution.
Someone must be hungry.
And everyone's like, oh, it's portable. That's why you buy it on the Switch. But you know me, I never play games portable on this thing, so.
Well, you find it, I'll go around to you.
The case can't really be made for that for me, unfortunately.
I'm mostly going to prefer Switch for stuff just because, like, Sony being massive assholes recently and just doing the shit that they do is turning me off with, like, supporting their console at all. My son, you cannot pluck a box.
Like that's a factor, but I don't own an Xbox One, and I don't really want to buy an Xbox One.
Yeah, that's why I'm basically, Microsoft, all you had to do is make it... Stop. All you have to do is make it so, like, I can stick in any, like, generation of Xbox's disc into it, and it just works. And once that happens... I'm there. You've done it. I've bought your Xbox. Like, you've done it.
Luke's complaining about that, actually. The Xbox 360 isn't fully backwards compatible, and Luke has a theory that they removed support for some games. Because what's Riddick? He's like, I remember playing Riddick for the Xbox on my 360 back in the day, and now I can't.
I mean, is he talking about playing on the Xbox One or the Xbox 360?
Xbox 360.
Okay, that's weird.
And I looked it up, and some games aren't supported on it. What was the sequel for a game was supported on it, but not the original?
That's very weird. Like if they can if I can just get it right, then they've got me. Like, I will buy it. Honestly, yeah, lava immune armor saves the day. I just don't give a shit. That hurts though.
That was very Donkey Kong-esque.
It was, yeah. You just jumped into the air and made a ball.
His ass is not very well modeled, I'd say. I was looking at that, they could have done better.
Are you an arbiter on the quality of monkey ass?
I mean, I'm just saying, during that thing, they were talking about how the model people work so hard, and they're slacking on the ass of a monkey ape enemy?
They don't want you to fuck it.
Are you kidding me? That's not gonna stop people, you already know that.
Well, yeah. But... oh, shit. Golden graded. The mighty Ozer.
I'm a little disappointed that, like, charm or whatever that thing is called that you get from this thing is just like its claws, not like its hand. And like it's just they missed a perfect opportunity for a joke there.
I wonder if that's like a real big thing in like Japanese culture though. Like I said, like like any individual director, whatever, being a big nerd for that sort of shit. Would they know?
You're a stomach sleeper, dude? Are you kidding me? Do you know how bad that is for your neck?
He's a monkey, he don't care.
I mean, my theory is that it's
yeah, it is a monkey, it has a tail. What's your theory?
My theory is that they like to make these things as boring as possible, and claws are much more boring than a monkey's paw. So they chose to make it boring.
It's just in the culture of the Monster Hunters to make their stuff boring. Well, saying that,
the Monster
I'm running
Hunter
around
world,
like covered in spikes, so maybe not. There's a materia over here where I am, by the way. A wild pelt. Whoa! Getting steady on with the final flash there.
I think it's a slinger bomb, actually.
There was a material there.
The good thing about this is you can tell when he's enraged very easily. It's like, you know what it's like? It's like Donkey Kong's animation
Jumping out of a
shot.
cannon.
Like in Mario Tennis Aces, his animation shot, he jumps into a bunch of barrel cannons and then shoots up to the ball. It's like him jumping up to a barrel cannon and then it's aimed downwards and then he fires himself out of it. That's what that is.
Oh yes, there is like palico armor with a big palico head you can wear. Its arms will harden when enraged. Alright. He seems to have hardened in general. Well, while I do that.
I wish this thing like could grab you, you know?
King Kong versus Godzilla 2020.
Like it can in the animation attack, but it's weird because it like cradles you for some reason.
The Rathalos didn't even get a retaliation in that turf war. He just got fucking owned.
Well, this is the DLC monster, so like Devil Joe, it has to be as cool as possible.
Gold Rajang pelt. Oh boy. He'll have multiple pelts depending on if it's been cut in which mode. Please stop jumping on my head. Oh no, please stop jumping on my face. Please assist. I am being owned. Like the mighty Ozer, you cut the tail off to end its rage. I might die if he... Okay, no.
I'm poisoned? Oh, cops.
Alright.
I mean, I guess. I didn't really put the other mantle on.
The man we fantasizes about killing palicos. Oh dear. Oh, that was not exactly the wisest move I've ever made, must be said.
I do have free meal. It's just sucking.
Is your wrath material? Large wyvern tier, fucking of course. Why wouldn't it be? Oh shit.
It hit me twice.
Yeah, he did the corner pin.
Like, not even that. Just two basically completely separate attacks.
Just run. That is super. Well, fuck, that frog just destroyed us both. I'm surprised I haven't seen anyone defending Blizzard. It feels like almost everyone say China understands that Blizzard is shit. I've noticed a distinct lack of people defending Blizzard. Yeah, it's not even like journalists have been going to bat for them yet. But they haven't been doing that. I'm expecting over the next week, like a Kotaku post is just like, well, you see, the thing is, Blizzard has to do this, so you should just stop whining at them and definitely not fuck up BlizzCon for them.
Oh, it's here.
So, yes, like, Luigi, I know.
Can I get anything other than red from you, dude?
Fuck me. Of course, the moment I clutch on him, he flips the fuck out. It's like multi-punch animation looks like I've seen it somewhere before. I don't know.
Yeah,
where.
That's what I was just thinking.
Yahoo! Oh, he's hulking out.
Yeah, I think in that speedrun video it said if you turn him 3 times, if you turn a monster 3 times, then it guarantees that it gets enraged, which is good for speedrunning.
Is or isn't good for speedrunning?
Is.
Okay. The other road at Crossroads Inn, I did not. I'll go back whenever there's a spare moment. Fuck. Oh, his arms are going fucking Kaioken. Jesus. Oh yeah, that just completely... what is the point of Vitality Mantle Plus when everything breaks it and then also does damage through it anyway?
I think the only plus thing about it is that you can have gem slots in it now. And that still has the same amount of defense despite the master rank monsters doing more damage.
So yes, you could just copy paste it again. I know, Luigi, this is not even have to wait a wee minute. He's all fucked up with another.
What is that pounding forward attack from? Is it from something in this game, or is it from like Dragalia, or what?
I don't think it's from this game. Oh god, please hit me if you can.
I don't even know where you are.
Oh. The only thing next to me is this peaceful herbivore just watching me. And there's Crossroads Inn, which is a fuck. Which looks like a pretty well made tavern management simulation. Really judges these types of games, you need to play them yourself. Where is he? Careful of his lightning breath, because if it shoots you, it's gotta hurt. Of course.
Somehow did not count as a hitbox. Jesus Christ.
Similar Crusader Kings 2 Return of Pretty Shadow. Yeah. Well, it is Knights of Honor 2 again, that's like this year, isn't it? I don't even know if we can cut this tail off. I presume we can with its own distinct hitbox.
But even then, it's so
very
small.
small.
What is this? They're like, we can't, like, it's...
How do you show like, this thing knocked over?
You can't knock it over. It's like, you know?
It is too stout for that. Fuck me. Yes, I know, my son. But you have to wait. 2020. Oh, well, okay. Ooh. He knows where I am. I don't need to sharpen it anymore now because he's gone out of his super move, so I can actually damage him again.
Okay, what is the jump spit attack? It's reminiscent of Meowser for me, that's what it is. Jumps up in a ball and then spits a fireball and then rolls back down on the ground.
I haven't seen that, so I don't know.
That means you played good 3D World levels.
Maybe because in that game I just never noticed him do it.
No, I mean Mario Maker 2.
Yes, I know. That's what I mean.
Oh, okay. Does he give anything else except red?
Yeah, it's almost like this monster is like not just a fucking asshole designed by some weird person who wants to fuck horses.
Okay, its ass gives you orange.
God bless. Please, Jesus. Oh, that was also very much me dead.
Help, I'm pinned down.
I'm trying so hard to clutch claw, but it just does not want to happen through like your fucking...
It did no damage to me.
Your fucking cat's gone.
My man threw me into a wall and did no damage to me.
Rip.
Nothing? Interesting.
There is a Devil Joe in here, so be advised. Not in this room, but somewhere in the map. It's the first of the day when it teaches mechanical engineers. No worries, Amanda. Good night.
He just Donkey Kong rolled into me.
Thanks for coming out and watching. It's like 10:30 to be fair. It's like 11:30 his time.
Where is it?
Oh boy, he's here. Yeah, that's about what I expected to happen. Oh. Oh, cheeky fucker. He just knocked the Devil Joe over. Let's just gather this shit, see if I can get a Savage Devil Joe investigation while I'm here. Doesn't seem like it wants to give me one though.
Skirt.
Back here. Oh. I love these like saucy jungle beats that are going on. There's the music for this.
Maybe one day they'll make it do damage.
Oh, that does damage.
I just managed to run away from it last time.
Alright, cat resurrection.
Probably could have that time.
Occurring.
Ow.
I need to do this now. Why did all the Jaggers just like forward roll there? What the fuck? Alright, so he's just immune to paralysis, I guess. At least it is lightning paralysis as opposed to general paralysis, but still. Ow.
What? That's bullshit. That actually didn't hit me.
Please get out of his arms.
Okay. I wish I could have done. It's sad.
No. Okay, no, he did run into the frog bomb. Sick. It worked out. Stay on there, jump, okay? have at his fucking ass. Just feast on his fucking chops. Uh oh. He tried to shoot, but he's no energy. Ow. Surprised no monster ever just like eats the little jagresses or whatever the fuck that are around. They sometimes attack them, but they never eat them. They never look at like stamina or whatever. Imagine if he just grabbed one of these jagresses and just bit its head off to like instantly refill his stamina. Hey, you broke a horn. Goddamn, that was a jagger shoving me out of the way. Okay.
That is bullshit. What is that hitbox? Oh. I don't have anything to defend myself with. Come on.
His ass is now fragile. I mean, at least it didn't do damage, it was just a knockback for him. There's a sleep toad nearby, oh well. Oh, Jesus. Be advised, I am being destroyed. It's fine, I'm immune to lava. Yeah, that's about it. Please just get in, boy.
Okay.
Come on.
Oh, that's not good.
It flies, hello. Oh god. Don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die. Why is it fucking miles away?
No, stop. Go away.
How the hell did that knock me over? It was only like a little stumble, but still. That makes more sense. It's aggro. Okay, come on. I'm glad he just insistent on shooting in the walls more than anything. Oh my god. Move, move, please, Jesus. Are you up there? Is that why he's constantly doing this?
Maybe? I don't know, but I just want to get back to basics. I have nothing left.
Because he keeps like turning around and just shooting into the ceiling every now and then.
No idea how it can still be aggroed on me.
He's a very angry monkey. They stay aggro forever. he have a... Okay, only one horn's broken. So we're like, what the fuck? I thought both had broken, but only one has. Sekiro flashbacks at these points. Have you had an unreasonable amount of monkeys? Must be said. I'm not entirely sure why either, but it did. I'm glad he's just insistent on standing in the poison. Makes my life a lot easier. Be advised, he's gone like fucking golden gradient. Or just run all over there. That is some range on that knockback roar. But yeah, it doesn't do any damage, but still.
This map is too vertically oriented.
Those are Jagger's numbers, stat. Should have expected that, honestly. The only place I can really hit him when he's like this is his like ass and tail, and then he just keeps galloping to the opposite end of the map. It's fucking Xenojibo over again. Yeah, that is my entire health bar. We're good. He's near. He's not quite there yet, but he's near. He is a beefy one, but he is a reasonable fight. Fun enough and reasonable fight.
I feel like I haven't hit him at all.
Jesus. Yeah, and those are other monsters' numbers. I do need it. He's lost track of me because of the fog, and now he doesn't know what's going on anymore, even as I hack at his bone. What even was that? Some kind of uppercut. Yeah, it's depowered. Of course. Ow. See, when he's not powered up, it's like pretty reasonable. Like even for master rank, that's like relatively doable shit. And then when he's powered up, like he's a bit of a nuisance, but he's workable. I'm trying so hard.
You just have to roll away from that attack.
When it lets you, it didn't let me do it when he did pin me earlier and punched it down. Nah, I don't want to know what he's weak to. Oh, well, we'll find out after we win. Even if we lose here, we'll find out after we win. He's not a fire monster like I thought, so fire is in the table. Okay, he's going. I like he looks over it.
Oh, okay.
So are you staying here or not? Please tell me you can run in this shock trap like this. He's not like the fucking Zenogre. Come on.
Well, that's the thing. It was they said in the direct he's smart. In one form he can't be trapped by one thing, in another form he can't be trapped by another thing.
God, you fucker. The trap was not wasted because by his horns he is in nature a bull, and I am wearing red. Jesus. What do we break at the end? Because he still has his head, like his other horn on. Because the size of his tail, maybe you can't cut it off and it's just a breakable tail. Yep, oh yeah, I guess we got the tail, I got it for breaking it apparently, so like maybe it isn't a cut off tail on it. Friendship / evasion. The wide range and evade window skills. Squeak. Hey. Alright, well before, I don't know if there's any like advancement or whatever, but before I see any of it, I'm gonna go feed Luigi because he's screaming. I'll be right back.
Didn't read what this dude said. Literally no idea what this dude just said. Weak to ice. I guess it gets cold, huh? Let me actually turn on the light. Resist fire, resist thunder, resist dragon. Only a little weak to water. So I probably did absolutely nothing that fight. Also, the tail is breakable. Why is this written in not complete sentences? Vagina is most dangerous when its arms are powered up and can even destroy shock traps. Pitfall traps are effective, but only when it's enraged. Will immediately attack anything that invades its territory. He was telling me that you can break its arms to not power it up. Or something like that. I'll stop making. What the fuck kind of armor is this? Like, what the... What? You know, parachute pants? Why not? I don't know why the cat turns into this based on the Rajang thing, but nope, not sleep. Not sleep element, fortunately. Very strange. Can't upgrade that Conclave anymore. Now what? Rajang Tree. Thunder, huh? Maybe it's better than the Kirin one. Metal Mauler. Maybe it's better than the Kirin one. Where's the Kirin one? This is 744, 450. 899, 60. Okay, so this is definitely this is definitely if you want just a neutral weapon or something, because 60 is nothing. Yeah, this is like 1,200, and this is just 1,000. But of course, this isn't this, but you know what we can do. It is on the wiki. 899.60. Wait. Oh wait, no, hold on. This Metal Mangler. That's what I'm looking for. 961.90 with affinity of minus 15%. So not as good as the Kirin one. Also, it looks the same. So I don't know what this, how this looks like Rajang. Maybe like it's horns or something. Maybe it's the gem slot. I'll just say that the minus affinity isn't there. It's about 1,500 compared to 1,200. So this is sharpness. Can't see. Maybe its sharpness is better too. Oh, I don't know. Look at how much yellow that is compared to the first form of this. Fate's Wing. I wasn't expecting much from it, if I'm being honest. But, hey, whatever. You know, before I do this, I should look into...
I'm back. Turns out he didn't need fed, he was just, I guess, looking for attention but wouldn't come in and get it. He would rather sit in the land there and meow for it. Ooh.
Yay, a pendant.
Hey, there's a Rajang tree. Oh, look at those. Those looks like fucking horned fists. Kinda are. The Nergigante calls. Cannot forge this equipment. I guess that needs something entirely new. I'd be surprised if Longsword had one, but hey. Yeah, tucked right at the bottom. Longsword does have one. That's a halberd. That's a not a longsword anymore. It's demon halberd. I guess it's like a feudal Japan style weaponry. A monkey. Yeah, that's just straight up a halberd. Oh damn. That's actually kind of rad. Thunder 90, but attack 957. That's barely any thunder to it.
Yeah.
That's fun. What about the armor? Good lord. It's like sort of a martial arts gi and then also just her. That looks more like samurai armor. It's more reasonable. You two can be hair. Zhang's Rage. Prevents attacks from being deflected. I guess there's a catch to that, which is they will still be deflected.
If it's the same as the other one, it still does less damage and still destroys sharpness.
Thanks, Capcom. Alright. Is there any... they'll report to the admiral, that's right. Does the Rage thing work for gun lances? Because if so, holy shit. I feel like it should. I feel like there isn't, like, unless it specifies it is not restricted by weapon. Yeah, Admiral feels weird fighting something else that has golden spiky hair and buff arms. I suppose you are just an ape of a man. Rajang claws. And Rajangs will not appear in the guiding lines. Is it ever not Monster Hunter time around these parts? No, not really. I guess if you're like this and you're just, doing the work, you're fine. But for us, it's just all the time. What do you want? Huh. The clutch claw was not designed for something the size of Rajang's head. We've clutched on the things with bigger heads.
Okay, so it's basically just saying what I already figured out on my own.
You have to just do it on the arms only.
Its arms count as its head.
Ah, okay.
So that's how you pivot it. It's kind of frustrating trying to get onto the head and then you can't, and then you think it's like mounting where it just doesn't pick the direction you want it to go to for no reason. But then whenever you clutch claw onto it, that gives it the opportunity to do its animation attack. Which is why I got animation attacked a lot.
Well, I didn't... I mean, I could have picked worse based on the weaknesses. It was a coin toss between water or ice, and I was kind of like, gotta be water. But that was on the assumption that he was a fire monster. Not the worst call. That's actually funny, because he's like neutral to blast. And there's like the dual blades that are like ice and blast. It's fucking perfect Rajang Slayer weapon. We know fuck all about this an ogre even after fighting it. That's a hell of a thing. We've not actually fought a Savage Devil Joe, we just know enough about it from picking up shit from it. Alright, now what?
Oh.
I can get like another hunt in based on the time.
I mean, if you want to get the bat that looked like it was designed by a 3-year-old, we can start moving the forest level up to level 3.
Sure. It's not level 6.
What?
Oh, wait, no. We need to fill the meter. It's just... will I go or will you go?
I already went.
Oh, okay. I'll go eat and join you.
Yeah, in order to actually get everything in this, we need to be level or master rank 69, which is nice, but also not nice.
No, this means we gotta hunt a lot of shit.
It's like, I don't know if I want to. Like, if it was just as easy as you just, whatever, build the meters, whatever, but
you don't have to.
If I have to grind event quests, I just don't know what I want to do with this game at the moment, you know?
If you're gonna be playing it from the start with the other lads, you probably want to, like, not do this in case you burn out and just don't want to do it with them either. Because if you are doing that, you are going to be playing a lot of Monster Hunter.
Yeah, so. and then after that, Monster Hunter with Luke. Like, we only just beat Xeno'jiva, so we tried the double tempered Basilguz quest like a few times, couldn't do it, and then just kind of stopped playing for some reason. I think because we got busy and then just like faded out. Still, it's like a very weird difficulty spike. Still don't really like that. But I'm gonna have the clutch claw, so that might help.
I think I did that solo, and that's purely because I had Basilguz's armor, so I was just, explosion resilient. And I think that's the only way I pulled that off.
Let's kill the Pukey, wherever it is.
Alright. Master thing. Spawning around here going, what am I doing?
Do we really have to find it? Doesn't make any sense.
Alright, so forest.
I guess.
No, we can fill the bird meter, can't we, for the other one?
Or whatever. The guide I read said forest. Get forest to level 3.
Do we need it for this? Because
forest to level 6, and then rotten to level 6, and then wildfire to level 6.
Yeah, all of them to level 6.
But in order to raise it to level 6, we have to be level 69 master rank.
Okay.
I don't know where this thing is.
I don't think I've replenished my shit, did I?
Don't forget, it's weak to electricity.
What is?
Pukey.
Oh. Are you killing it, or?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll put on my thunder shit and join you in a bit when I load in.
You get points for doing things in the forest region, fighting monsters in the forest region, picking up monster parts in the forest region, fighting forest region monsters, picking up forest region monster parts, or killing forest region monsters. It's like, okay. Seriously, where is it though? It's the Wildspire area. I don't want to go there.
I mean, if the puke ran there, it's fine to fight it there because it's a forest spawn monster.
But I don't know where it is.
Oh, well. Flying Wyvern. Really, we can, like, probably get that tonight. I don't know if we can fight it tonight, but we can get that tonight. Unless, like, it spawns instantly, in which case we will have to fight it tonight. Oh, wait, no. Lightning shit. I know.
Just running in a circle, I think.
Alright. Do you have a lock on the puke, or are you just...
No, it's not even on the map.
Alright, I have a lock on it from... I just went to like the bottom corner of the map and put the pin in its name down there.
Oh. I don't think... See, but I don't think...
Leader set a waypoint.
That's the thing, I don't think they're glowflies. Yeah, they're... I did what you did, but there are no glowflies.
Put them on yours on me then, because I have glowflies.
What region is it in?
Forest.
Or so, like the number.
What number?
Oh, there it is. Okay.
6. Hey, buddy. Don't you fly away? I just found you. Man. He's like on move. Or he's not. He's just gonna level up. Oi, you're a big one.
Level up.
I didn't eat my mushrooms. So that's fine. It's just a puke.
There's the subway. There's the subway ad on Twitch. That makes me so angry because it's one of those like gamers level up your game by eating Subway sliders. I'm like, stop using that lingo that no one actually uses, please.
No one actually talks like that. No. It doesn't appeal to anyone either. I don't know anyone who ever likes that shit. Even people who are like, I am a gamer. Even they hate that shit. Like, it just makes the skin crawl. I don't know why.
It's just Twitch has been crazy on ads, and I've grown to really not like ads.
Yeah. I guess that's Bezos putting the foot in. That's why they're also cutting back features that don't really cost anything to like have, but we gotta cut features because fuck. I'm telling you, man, mix it by this time next year.
It just kind of sucks that Twitch got bought by Amazon of all
yeah
companies, you know?
Yeah.
I like Twitch, you know?
Yeah.
But now I feel like I'm supporting Amazon by using it.
Oh, we are. Well, sort of. I mean, we have like such tiny audiences that I don't think it actually matters.
Well, just, you know, like, even just doing bit stuff.
Well, in which case I'm fine. I don't make any profit for this corporation.
I was looking at the RPG emotes, and they're like no good ones, but I kind of want to get the III one. Just to have a universal III emote.
III?
It's like you know that meme of that Japanese girl, and she mistakes the name of that other girl. It says "ayaya," and then she just goes "ayaya, ayaya, ayaya."
I have not seen this, no.
Okay, it's like basically an emote for anime. Just the anime emote for Twitch.
Okay.
It's like DSS has one where Amy is doing the III face, and then there's just a kind of generic Japanese or not RPG one for the Twitch RPG thing.
Fair enough.
I think Nove just recently found out of its existence, and in Carl's Discord, just everyone's spamming it now.
Monsters are tracking these areas. What? Which one?
Better not.
No, it would say puke if it was the puke. It must be one of the other ones. Is like they ended despawn. I'm not actively tracking it, so I don't know why it's telling me that. So I don't see the other wyvern meter anymore, so we might have filled it in the middle of this.
Hearts. Don't forget to pick those up to increase your level.
Give me a second, just, you know, put them both in. fragrant poison sac. God. That's what I call my script. I think it maxed when you carve the tail. Ah. There we go then. After we dine this fucker, we can go chase that thing. Spawn that thing or whatever. Good job, Puke. We're really proud of you. Okay. Fierce dragon vein bone.
It's so much easier than actually trying to find it on the map. All these little tidbits of knowledge I'm going to take into a completely new game of Monster Hunter World, and we'll just see how optimized it gets.
To see how many minds, like how many times you blow their minds and you reveal these facts to them.
Just I wonder how much, like, how experienced Kevin is.
I mean, you only got to the end of the main game, decently enough, but unless it reads forums and shit for this stuff.
Forums just seem like a relic, you know? I assume this is a wall. It is. Okay.
Investigations and parts and investigations.
Yeah, dude, I love fighting, or I love getting investigations for this thing.
Oh, he's falling asleep.
Alright, well, I don't have any bombs, so...
I do, but there's like a lot of parts I want to pick up. Just say, like, these delicious, fragrant poison sacs. Chunks of bone we blasted out of them. Alright. Boop. Boop. Doop. Alright, Luigi's on land and squeaking for attention again. My son, I'm right here. You know I am. For some reason I can sense the Bambro's heartbeat and I don't know why. Ow.
What's your problem? What's your problem?
It's limping, so there's that. Why did it do that? It's not even fighting us. It just did that for the shit of it.
Level up, level 2.
Find wyvern dot in the claw.
You want to try leaving and seeing another forest monster is around?
If we just like fuck off back to camp a second to report this first, and then it might like force spawn a new one.
Oh yeah.
If we can get this guy to stop aggroing.
Well, you're the dong pod, dude. So
I'm already miles away from him, though. So. What is still aggro on me? Come on.
you'll never get me.
There we go. Right. Aye. I see you poking into that chest. Alright. We got a puke.
Not what I wanted to do.
Okay. Squeak.
Wore out a Jagras, which should be easy enough.
What are they lowering out?
Jagras. Fire!
See, you're getting attention now, and now you're squeaking and slapping me. What do you want? I don't think a Jagras is a fine wyvern, but that doesn't actually matter. Like, the name of the thing doesn't actually matter, because we got a building for like a brute wyvern. Even when I was like picking fights with like fucking whatever it was, I forget. I was picking fights with like shit that was not that, and was still getting points for it. It's just like do activity to increase that meter. It's just telling you what type of monster it is. I think. I'm presuming that's how that works.
Maybe. Who knows, man?
What's it? No, it doesn't really matter. What does the Jagras weight do again?
Fire!
Sick.
Ah, that was it, huh?
A divine protection drumbeat. Never a more tragic creature will you meet than the great Jagras. Can you fight the greatest Jagras in the demo anywhere? The greatest Jagras isn't like the super big one. That was just an event thing. You mean the demo, like the demo one? The demo is like the first quest of the game, I think. I think it is literally the first quest, if I remember right.
Actually, the first quest of the game is fighting normal Jagras. It's
Well,
like 7 Jagras.
You know what I mean.
Only 400?
Wow. I need to change that already.
Toby could actually, I guess. Material. Piercing pod. Material.
Bump.
Material.
Bump.
Oh, yeah, I didn't get any bombs.
That's fine. I just have to grab all this shit. It's just fucking dropping. Alright. Wait here. Oh god, it's vomiting as it's lying on its side and it's leaking vomit on the ground. God. This creature is disgusting. I must kill it just because.
It's enraged, man.
This is just like bullying at this point, honestly. Honestly. So we're probably gonna kill this thing before we can actually capture it.
That's skulls, yeah.
It's getting there. Yeah, he's lumping.
Yoink.
Where are you going, buddy? Alright, sick.
But we didn't level up.
He did, like, solve the analysis shit. Not telling us about a bird wyvern, whatever that's worth. I don't know what the... whatever the thing is we need, what type it is.
It's a bat.
I don't know if that means it's a bird, a brute, or a fanged, or... Maybe we can't get it until things level 3.
It's like we get level 3 and then that unlocks a quest.
Okay. That's better. Although that's gonna be me for the night, so...
It didn't even unlock. Oh man, we're gonna have to do like 2 more of those to unlock level 3. What I just don't like about the guiding lands is how when you increase one, it decreases the others. I wish you could just progress all of them, and then eventually get them all to level 6, and just be like, all right, now I have everything, and I can grind how I want. Instead of, oh, now there's a factor of regret involved. My favorite.
Yeah. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching. I don't know, when are you good again?
Probably Wednesday.
Fair enough. I will be back Monday or Tuesday for Daemon X Machina then. And Monster Hunter Wednesday. This is the pattern has been.
Not even an alliteration or anything.
No. Alright.
World Wednesday.
Wednesday World. Alright. See you.
Bye.